Welcome back again, friends. My baby's crying for more peanut butter. I just gave you some peanut butter. He knows what's good, let me tell you. So today, start of a new week, busy, buzzing, wonderful homeschool week. We are doing beef stroganoff today. I am going to dump all this in, and then this afternoon, we will do some rice, probably in the Instant Pot or the stove top. And we're gonna eat this beef stroganoff over top of that rice. I would love to have it over noodles, like egg noodles. Don't have any. I actually have some elbow macaroni noodles. I also have rice, so we're gonna do it over rice. Love to put in some sour cream. I'm out of that too, but Travis is going out today for another cat carrier because 3 cats are going to the vet tomorrow. All that to say, we'll have that man get us some sour cream while he's out. So here's what I've got going on. That's the stew meat. I set that out last evening to defrost into the refrigerator. Minced onion, minced garlic, parsley, some more seasonings, the soup going in. Okay, friends, so here we go. It is all dumped in there. Like I said, later when Travis comes home with sour cream, we'll put some of that in there. It's gonna just make a nice sauce. I've also done this with ground beef. If you're gonna do ground beef in the slow cooker, I would cook your ground beef first, then drain it, then dump everything else in, let it cook a few more hours. But yeah, you can do, I've done it with ground beef, I've done it with turkey, and of course you can do it with steak pieces as well. Something else going down at my house right now is jalapeno poppers. These are from the box though, but yay. A couple hours later, getting longer in our school day, my voice is a-fading. So this is, I'm going to say it's probably done. You can see all the steam coming up. So this is what it looks like. Travis is still not back yet with my sour cream, but he only left about an hour ago, so he'll be back here shortly. But I'm probably just gonna put this on low now just because we're not ready to eat, and when he gets back we'll add in the sour cream, and I'm gonna go ahead and get the rice going in the Instant Pot. Okay, so we've got the rice going. Now we're just getting ready to start our big read aloud time, so when this rice is done, it's just gonna sit here and like it. Time has passed in this video, and there is the rice. We've been doing our reading. We're gonna get back to that. That's just gonna sit there and like it. I actually already unplugged it. It's fine. Travis is back. We've got the sour cream. I'm gonna add in about 1.5 cups, 2 cups. I'm gonna eyeball it into here. I have that on warm now, only because I knew we were doing other things this afternoon, and after I have a phone call, we're gonna eat this finally. So let's get that sour cream in. Okay, so the sour cream's in there. I did about 2 cups. Remember, we make large family size stroganoff around here. This is dinner for 9 and some leftovers for tomorrow. So mixing that sour cream in, and then it's probably gonna sit for another 30 minutes if we were ready to eat. So 4 hours on high, add your sour cream in towards the end. Voila, you're done. We're just not quite jumping into eating yet around here. Okay, so we already ate dinner and we were actually getting ready to put it up. That's what we did, and I just served dinner like a mom serving dinner. Didn't even show it to you guys. So this is what's left. It was up to there before I served it. So this will be lunch leftovers for tomorrow, and we had it over rice, and it was fantastic. Happy Friday, friends. We are going to do errands, story of our life, going out and about doing things. Gotta go to the bank, the post office, Dollar Tree, gonna meet up with some friends, and then we're going to an afternoon homeschool roller skating party. So we're getting our morning things done here. Some kids are still eating French toast. I am going to get dinner in the slow cooker. And what we are doing for dinner tonight, I like to call sweet applesauce pork chops. Oh yes, all it is, 2 cups of applesauce, 1 cup of brown sugar. I've got about 4 pounds of boneless pork chops. I'm gonna dump that in the slow cooker, dump the applesauce, dump the brown sugar, put the lid on it because we will be gone for several hours. I'm gonna cook it on low until dinner time. And then in another slow cooker, I'm gonna get about 5 pounds of potatoes for baked potatoes. We will have the sweet apple pork chops, we will have baked potatoes, then I have chopped celery, baby carrots, and pepper slices to go as side items for tonight. Okay guys, so here's the simple sweet applesauce pork chops. We got sorry, there's a whole lot of wrestling going on in this house right now, but we are getting ready to get outside. So this is 1 cup of brown sugar, 2 cups of applesauce. You got a library book? Oh, I love it. You want to read that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and you want those crackers. We got our lunch pack full to go out today. Okay, so, I'm going to get, gotta wash these potatoes, get those in the slow cooker. I'll show that again too, just for any of you who may not know about doing baked potatoes in the slow cooker. It's definitely a thing. So yes, this will just sit here on low for the rest of the day. It's probably going to be about 6 o'clock tonight by the time we eat this, and it is almost 11 now. Yeah, lots of noise. It's just going to cook on low until dinner. Okay, so I thought I could only get about half of my bag of potatoes in my 7-quart slow cooker, but it looks like I might be able, yeah, I think I can get almost the whole bag, minus a few. I'm gonna go ahead and do extra baked potatoes today because tomorrow is one of my mama work days. We are having, let me just tell you the meal plan, right? All about the meal plan. Tomorrow evening we're having a movie party, having more family over, having pizza. But tomorrow during the day, if I had some few extra baked potatoes, kids could have those with lunch and fruit and veggies. You can go outside, just put your hood on. And yeah, so that's my quick mama meal planning on the fly because the 4 pounds of sweet applesauce pork chops, those are gonna be down tonight. They're just gonna be done. So that meat, potatoes, that will work out. Yay. So let's wash some more potatoes. So here we go. I'm gonna put those few extra potatoes up, but there's a slow cooker with almost 10 pounds, 4 pounds of sweet applesauce pork chops. These nice little slow cookers will work for me while I'm gone all day. Yay, slow cookers. So to make the crock pot full of baked potatoes for the day, I just filled it and I put it on low. And so again, in about the same 7 hours when these pork chops are done on low, these will be done. Now, if I didn't want these to cook over 7 hours, I could put it on high and they would be done in about 4 hours. Same thing with the baked potatoes, but I'm just choosing to cook on the low setting because the length of time will be gone today. I understand. There's just no excuse for this. So we ate the baked potatoes. Yeah, Mommy. Ate those baked potatoes, ate those sweet applesauce pork chops probably a week ago. Just now getting back, I see you. Just now getting back to doing some more slow cooker recipes. Just realized in my footage, didn't show you what that dinner looked like. That's okay. Go over to the blog. Pictures and recipes will be there. It'll all be down in the description below. We have a ton going on in our family life right now. Some stuff like I'm not even vomiting it out onto the internet. Not all bad stuff. Some just what do I even say? I had one family member in the ER yesterday, and so today we're taking a rest day. We still need to eat, and then tomorrow we have a lot of good appointments out for another situation. So just like life, you know, you have some trials mixed up here, you have some blessings mixed up there, and you handle it all, and people still have to eat. So had some more potatoes. We are gonna do a beef and potato in a slow cooker dinner. I'm gonna actually do 2 slow cookers full, so both of my 7-quart slow cookers, because we will eat one tonight and one will just be prepped and ready to go for tomorrow. We can microwave it back up, and yeah, food. So let's chop these potatoes for this now 3rd quick and easy dump and go slow cooker meal. I already cooked a little over 6 pounds of ground beef in this stock pot this morning. You want your ground beef to be cooked ahead of time. If you are doing something like turkey burger, something that's not as greasy, even a leaner ground beef, you may not have to pre-cook it. This is actually a lean ground beef, but I just wanted to cook it separate because I know what it's like to deal with beef grease in a slow cooker. So that's cooked. I've got about 5 pounds of potatoes here chopped up. I'm going to put some of the potatoes in each of the slow cooker. I have 1 can of cream of chicken, 1 can of cream of mushroom, a can of green beans, and a can of corn. So that is what is going into each of these slow cookers. My little pile over here is where we got the cream of mushroom. I will go ahead and drain the corn and the green beans too. So let's get the ground beef in here and see how this all cooks up. Okay, so I got it on high. I have a little bit of the potatoes left, and I'm gonna actually put those in this slow cooker. There's some more room left in this one. I put in garlic powder, onion powder, and some minced onion and salt and pepper into that one. Didn't do any of that in this one yet. So anywho, that's what we're gonna do now. These potatoes that are left. Get in there, potatoes. This is apparently your destiny. So it ends up being about 3 pounds of cooked and drained ground beef in each slow cooker. So if you're just doing one 7-quart slow cooker full, that is what you would need. Then it's about 2.5 or so pounds of washed and sliced potatoes, 1 of these big cans of green beans, big can of corn, the family size can of cream of whatever soup, cream of mushrooms in this one, cream of chicken is in that one. Pure and holy people who don't want to use it out of the can, you can make it homemade. I'll have my recipe for that linked below. Okay, so both are cooking. They're gonna go for about 4 hours on high. Not gonna worry about them. One is dinner tonight that will have a little leftovers, and this extra slow cooker is like this is on purpose leftovers. So tomorrow this can be quickly reheated, and this will be grab and go meals. Yeah, that's it. That is life today. Okay, friends, several hours later, I just took this lid off and I added some more salt and pepper and stirred it up, and now I'm getting ready to serve this out for dinner tonight. Again, this is the beef and potato bake. Yay. 'Tis the season. The hat season continues, right? So I am going to throw in everything that I need to make sweet and sour pork in the slow cooker. Yes, I am. I have been threatening to do this recipe for like well over a week. I'm looking at the time. It's 2 o'clock. So I'm going to get everything in the slow cooker now. It's going to cook on high for 4 hours. So that means we'll be eating a little after 7 by the time I get this all in. I also have some long grain white rice. I'm going to get this going in the other slow cooker. So we will be having sweet and sour pork over rice for dinner. I won't have to do anything else once I dump it in there. Probably gonna get just 1 of those red peppers cut up. I'm going to use, I'll put this, that will go back in the pantry, 1 can of the pineapple chunks. I have a bottle of sweet and sour sauce. Now, if you don't have sweet and sour sauce on hand, I have seen this done with brown sugar and even some tomato paste. There's a bunch of different ways out there you can do it, but I'm going to use that bottle of sweet and sour sauce. Going to also put some ground ginger, a little bit of salt and pepper in, and then this is my pork roast. I have another pork recipe I'm going to do this week. So I got this pork loin at Costco. Let's see, yeah, so this is 8.9 pounds, so I'm gonna do half of it. So this recipe so this recipe will be using 4 pounds of a pork loin. I'm also gonna go through the trouble of chopping the pork loin into chunks. If you don't want to take the time to do that or fool with it, you can slice your big pork loin in half and do it as a roast. It's gonna shred fine anyway. I just feel like cutting the chunks today. I would also add in some green onion or any kind of onion, but I have no onion. Now look at my pan there. Oh, needs scrubbed. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted. I'm like, what is that? I don't have any onion. Can you believe that? What universe is this? But I do have some minced onion, so I will substitute with that. And while I'm in here, let me see, where are you, ginger? There's some ginger here, yay. Okay, just looking at the ingredients, I always like to think if you don't have what you need at home, it looks like this is soy sauce, tomato paste, some vinegar, pineapple juice, onion powder, garlic powder, dehydrated green bell peppers, and paprika. Also tastes like there's a little bit of chili spice in there, so there you go, you can make your own. Okay, so I've got 4 pounds of the pork loin all cut up. I need to make myself some afternoon hot tea. I got all my other ingredients here in the slow cooker. I'm gonna mix it up here in a moment. We had an unexpected afternoon with some sunshine, and they had some kites from the Dollar Tree. So the only thing left to do with this sweet and sour pork in the slow cooker is there's going to be juices from the meat cooking and the pineapple in here and such. So we're going to let it cook on high for 4 hours. Then at the end, we'll add a little bit of cornstarch to thicken it up, but I'll show you that process. This can also easily be a freezer meal, or you could marinate it. You would just dump all of the ingredients into a big baggie, or if you're not freezing and you're going to marinate, dump all the ingredients in just a large Rubbermaid bowl of some sort, put the lid on it. You can marinate it for an entire day, cook it the following day. You could also put all of these ingredients in a baggie for a freezer meal, and then just follow my freezer meal directions, which are pretty standard. You just put it out to defrost and then dump it in the slow cooker the day that you need it. Of course, if you're doing an Instant Pot meal, you can put it in there frozen. So now I'm gonna get the rice going. So I am doing 4 cups of rice in the crock pot there, and I'm going to just dump in 8 cups of water along with that. Been 4 hours. I'm gonna add a little cornstarch to this now. If I was doing everything totally perfect, exact science, I would have added the cornstarch probably 30 minutes ago. But that's where slow cooker meals are so forgiving. They are flexible with real life. Okay, so here's what it looks like right now without the cornstarch. Honestly, it would be just fine now. Smells fantastic. Travis was like, when is dinner done? It smells so good. So I ladled out a couple spoonfuls of the sauce, and now I'm gonna whisk in the cornstarch, mix it back in. The only thing that we're doing here is thickening this up a bit. So now I put the liquid with the cornstarch back in here, and you can see the sauce is thickening up now. Going to be amazing. Also, this rice turned out fantastic. So this is Travis's plate. That's how his is going down. Doesn't that look yummy, yummy? There's Zion's plate. Here's Miss Amelia's plate. And then a little real life after dinner confession for you, because I'm cleaning things up and getting them in the fridge and stuff. So this is what can happen when you do rice in the crock pot if it sets for too long. And you know me, it's not the rice's fault, it's my fault. So this little bottom crust of the rice is gonna go in the chicken bowl. Okay, chickens won't mind. And then this is what is left from all the good rice that we ate. And for leftovers, I am just putting the sweet and sour pork that is left in here on top of this rice. And here we go. Here's our bag that's going in the fridge for our lunches tomorrow. Okay, friends, happy Monday. Today is the day. We are going to do classic slow cooker pot roast. I've got everything lined out on my counter. Let's see what I got. Let's see what's going on in this easy crock pot recipe. Also, looky what we got done this weekend. We did it. The tree is up. The tree is up. So I haven't sliced any potatoes yet, but I have some yellow potatoes, about a pound of baby carrots. You can, of course, slice some regular old carrots down. This is just what we had left from my last Costco haul. I've got a total of a little over, right about 5 1/4 pounds, 5 pounds, 5 1/4 of chuck pot roast. I had this in my freezer. It has been defrosted. Gonna throw that in. Then seasoning wise, we're gonna use about a teaspoon of basil, a teaspoon of thyme. I have some minced garlic and some minced onions. Now you can of course chop about a medium onion. That would work great as well. Some salt and pepper, and then about the last 30 minutes or so, we're gonna add in some cornstarch. Now I also need some beef broth, because what this will do is it's gonna also make a wonderful gravy. And then I'm gonna use about 3 cups of beef broth. So this was a 5-pound bag of yellow potatoes. You know me, always pushing the limits. Let's see, I may have to end up taking a little bit of this out. So the last little bit I was trying to squeeze in, I just chopped them up a little smaller. I'm gonna hold them on the side and we'll see if we can sneak them in. Let's get our beef broth in now, our seasonings, and then the meat. Okay, so in classic Jamerrill style, I went ahead and used up the rest. It was in that container of beef broth. It was a 4-cup container. I went ahead and just used all 4 cups. A little extra gravy in the end won't hurt us. Okay, so now we're gonna get our meat in. Now, there are recipes. You're gonna have talking hand and Jamerrill without a head. Hey, there's a new character for our little show here. Headless Jamerrill. Yes, cooking in the kitchen. Anyway, there are mamas who sear their chuck roast on the stove for about 5 minutes or so each on each side. This mama ain't doing that, but you can. And then in order to get my other one in here, I'm gonna cut it and put it on these sides. Oh, yes I am. Now I could have put less potatoes in, maybe put 2.5 pounds of potatoes and fit both of these nicely. But I don't play nice, as we know. And I'm trying to stick with this one knife I already was using, so I don't have to get another knife dirty. I also made a big pot of baked potato soup yesterday. We had a little bit of that left, so I have that in another slow cooker on low, and that's what we will have for lunch today. So I'll show you that too. Okay, get in there, meat. You can do it. This is your destiny. Okay, I think we're doing it, but I do think it's not faring well for these last little potatoes. Okay, meat's coming out. Gonna squirrel these last little potatoes in. So that means we've got 5 pounds of potatoes and a pound of baby carrots and 5 pounds of chuck roast in here, then our seasonings and such. Let's see how this is gonna work out. Okay, the lid fits firmly on there. Okay, so there you go. The lid is on. In about 5.5 hours, it's gonna cook on high. I'll add the corn starch, and then it'll cook for about a total of 6. I'll serve it up. You'll get to see what this looks like in the end. Stick with me, it's all gonna be fine. Okay, and I told y'all I would show you. This is the baked potato soup that I made yesterday. Now I actually made it in a 14-quart stock pot. So this is a little bit that was left that I just warmed, and so now we're just heating up bowls and putting some cheese on it. Here's what it looked like. I call it baked potato soup when I don't peel the potatoes. Okay, so it's evening now. I'm still gonna do some more reading with the kiddos, but we must attend to this pot roast. Now, I've eyeballed this thing throughout the day. I've looked at it and I've said, pot roast, there is no way that there is room for me to even do my little cornstarch trick to make this gravy. Because you know I filled this thing up. I'm gonna give you a peek. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna take the meat out. I mean, the meat is done now. I'm gonna take the meat out. I'm gonna put the cornstarch in, and then we will let the cornstarch make us up a gravy along with these potatoes and carrots for about 30 minutes or so. And I will put the meat back on top, but I've gotta take the meat out to put the cornstarch in and stir it. You know, I make a mess of everything. It's part of what I do. Okay, so here is how it is looking. I mean, it looks fantastic and it is bubbling. Yay. Taking off the lid. Now, in order to do my little cornstarch trick, and then we'll let it set. I got this bowl I thought we could set. Come on out, meat. Come on out. It's all because I had to force in that last bit of potatoes, but it was worth it. Everything smells amazing, looks amazing. So there's our pot roast, and then this is like an inside look, deconstructed slow cooker. And then here is how the potatoes and the carrots have cooked up all day. Again, amazing. And so we just want to thicken up all this liquid, so again, it is more of a gravy consistency. Now, if you were pushed for time, you could do this on the stovetop too. But again, I've got some more reading I wanted to get done anyway. I'm gonna actually go ahead, because I've got a lot of liquid in here, and do 4 tablespoons. And then I'm just gonna stir it up. Okay, and then I'm going to just put this meat, which I already ate a bite of. It is so good. I'm going to put it back on the top for now. Now put the lid back on it. Okay guys, so I unplugged it and I'm going to start serving it up now. So here's my little dinner station, and here's what one of the plates looks like. We have the pot roast, we've got some applesauce, then we have the potatoes and the carrots with the gravy on top, and here's how the slow cooker looks. Got the 5 pounds of meat over here, and then underneath you can see how the cornstarch thickened everything up. I ended up adding another 5 tablespoons of cornstarch to this, but I didn't film that little blurb, but there's the vegetables now with the gravy. And then here's where I have like my little meat chopping center. But anyway, this is how the plates are going down tonight. Well, ladies, I hope you enjoyed those 5 easy crock pot recipes All of the links will be down in the description below, including the link to also get my large family food collection. You get my family freezer meal planning pack where you can plan your own freezer cooking day. You get my ebook with 10 favorite large family table recipes. You get meal planning pages. You get my entire 32-page holiday meal planning collection, which covers all the holidays every year and also gives tools to plan birthday meals and other family events. There's a ton of stuff in it. Be sure to let me know in the comments below other slow cooker meals that you would like to see over the coming weeks, and I will add them to my list and I'll make them and get them out for you. So I'll see you real soon with another brand new video. Bye-bye.